Okay, and as we started out, just to emphasize, so the problem is the gap between the fact that I think the vast majority of, whether it's individuals or businesses, are aware of the issue and do actually want to do something practical, but regrettably at this moment in time, not so many of them have a strategic plan or any kind of plan to how to do some of the stuff that you're, or to recover those losses or improve efficiency. That's where we're sort of missing something at the moment.
Yeah, I think so. So everyone has an idea, and there's some low-hanging fruit, easy wins for us to go after. It's the largest strategy across your organization that says, where are we today? What's our position? What are the quick wins that we can now take? What do we need to do by 2030, by 2040, by 2050? How do we bring in the scope 3 emissions and our supply chain and everything else into this mix that helps us really start to transition at pace around as an industry? As big colo providers, as a big multinational organization, it's important for us to set out a standard with what we expect to see from our suppliers, what we expect from them to deliver. So Schneider Electric at the moment are working with their top 1,000 suppliers to help reduce their emissions by 50% by 2030. This ultimately feeds into our scope 3 position and allows us to pass that benefit and support into our customers as well with the products we supply them.
Sorry, you keep providing lots of interesting information that I want to delve into. So just quickly on that front, I presume when you've engaged with them, it's sort of a softly approach, but does it at some point, as that deadline gets nearer, become a bit more of a sort of, if you haven't done this by a certain date, then regrettably we might have to look for an alternative supplier, or are you hoping that won't have to happen because the conversation you're having now will persuade all those people that by doing what you want, that they are doing the right thing, so they won't have to sort of part ways with you?
It's ultimately around doing the right thing, and for me, there's a challenge that we see in our day-to-day lives and our industry that will help push this along and push it along at pace as well, and that's the energy crisis and ultimately the cost of energy we're seeing as well. So one of the challenges that we have with the cost of energy and the energy crisis, one of the beneficiaries of it will be sustainability. So everyone will look to drive more efficiency in how they use their energy. How do they take risk and reduce cost in their businesses? And ultimately, if you're not sustainable, then you are adding cost into your business. So there is a common benefit that comes from taking action in this space today and now.
Okay, and back on track now, I think so. Thank you for that. But I know clearly the company Schneider, you do a lot of practical things, but one specific, I think you've recently made the eConversion technology that's to do with UPS. You've made that the default setting for your Galaxy UPS solutions. So be good to understand. I mean, it clearly makes a lot of sense, but can you just talk us through the sort of benefits that brings from a sustainability, maybe resilience point of view?
Yeah, sure. So with energy efficiency and total cost of ownership and sustainability, they're the key challenges across the industry. So it made sense for us to announce the enhanced version of the patented eConversion technology. It's our company's stance and recommendation that providing increased sustainability, resilience, efficiency for the Galaxy V series, it just made a huge amount of sense. eConversion still provides that highest level of protection for critical loads, but it results in savings worth up to 3 times the value of the UPS, still delivering that 99% efficiency and without compromising that availability as well. So at a sustainability level and at energy efficiency and cost level, it makes a huge amount of sense for that to become the default setting.
Okay, and I don't know whether it came out of or not, but I know the Schneider Electric Research Institute clearly does a lot of work around sustainability and the available existing and potential technologies for the data center. So in terms of sustainability, I guess it'd be good to know. I understand there's probably lots of things going on there, but I don't know if you can pick a few highlights or some of the key things yet. So what is possible, and also whether there's a sort of will to do more, just really I suppose a snapshot of what would be going on inside the institute.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of focus in this space now. Our Sustainability Research Institute, it's ultimately our think tank for Schneider Electric. They conduct scenario modelling around enriching our understanding of current and future sustainability landscapes. They highlight obstacles and opportunities to really accelerate this transition to a climate positive future. In terms of this drive towards sustainability, we're looking at it from a data center space specifically as well, and the innovation aspect of it has always been at the heart of our business. We continue as an organization to invest 5% of our global turnover in research and development, and working with our customers to understand what their challenges are, what they need to see in the future, is a critical part of where we invest that research and development. It links very closely to the Sustainability Research Institute as well. If you think of where we've specifically invested and focused over the last couple of years, the lithium-ion UPS, the developments we've made around that help to drive efficiency, sustainability, and resilience. We've got free air and liquid cool systems that we have available on the market to drive the highest levels of sustainability in compute-intensive environments. We're focusing more around artificial intelligence and DSIM and digital twins to allow us to model what the system looks like, what changes could look like, and what the impact of those changes have on the sustainability of a business. And then coupled with that, there's other parts of the business, things like the SF6 switchgear, which we've brought to the market over the last couple of years, which is one of the most potent greenhouse gases there are, and is used in a lot of electrical systems. So it's this institute that really helps to drive that forward.
And I coincidentally, I've had a couple of things about hydrogen fuel cells in recent times. Is that, I imagine that's somewhere on the agenda, but I'd just be intrigued in as to your thoughts around that. You talk to some people and it's it's the future front and center, and other people like, oh no, because the electricity required to produce the it's slightly over my head, but just your thoughts as to what potential that technology does or doesn't have in the data center.
I think rather than the technology, I think the premise is the interesting part for me. So if I think around storage in general, we have all this opportunity to generate electricity and energy through our renewable sources. How do we store that better for the time when we need to use it? There's times where I'm sure you've driven past a wind turbine and the wind turbine won't be working, despite the fact that the wind's blowing like crazy. It's because we're generating too much and we can't use it in the capacity at that point. So that's where storage becomes a critical part of it. Whether it's hydrogen or a different technology in the future, it's probably not for me to say. But the storage aspect of energy is going to be a critical component in our approach to sustainability and building more sustainable buildings and data centers in the future. I think that there's something that always sticks in my mind, and the fact that whatever we build today whether it's a house or a high-rise building or a data center, in every likelihood in 2050, at the point where we've got to be net zero, that building's still going to be standing and operational. In most scenarios, that's going to be the case. So we have to build with sustainability in mind, and the technology we use will no doubt change over these next 30 years, but it's building with sustainability in mind is going to be one of the critical components, and storage will be a key aspect of that.